One summer night, a boy was reading in his room, enjoying the cool air conditioning. Suddenly, he felt a chill, as if someone was watching him. He glanced at the window and froze. There, a ghostly woman was staring right at him. Her gaze sent a cold shiver down his spine. He quickly looked away, convincing himself it was just some stalker. But then he remembered his room was on the second floor. No human could be outside that window. Ghost stories like this were told by his friends from time to time. Seeing her unnaturally long form made him feel uneasy, but surprisingly, he wasn't scared. He'd heard stories about ghosts, but this was his first real encounter. He decided to pretend he couldn't see her and tried to leave the room. Unfortunately, he accidentally kicked an empty can, making a noise. He looked back, and she was still staring, now leaning closer. "You can see me," she whispered. Startled, he blurted out, "No, I don't see anything," and dashed back to his house. Even though she was eerie, something about her didn't seem terrifying. Yet, he knew he could be in trouble if she followed him. Back in his room, he barely had a moment to breathe before she appeared at the window again. "You can see me, right?" she demanded, leaning in further. Our eyes met. "Show me your scared face." "Scream," he sighed. "Please just go back to wherever you came from." The ghost was taken aback by his calmness. "Are you really not scared?" "I am not scared at all," he replied, starting to close the window. She didn't give up, though. In a last-ditch effort, she transformed, sprouting multiple arms and taking on a more monstrous appearance. But still, he just stared back, completely unfazed. Just as the ghost was showing off her ghostly powers, the boy's stepmom appeared at the door, calling him. "Sorry for being late. Here's your dinner," she said. Suddenly, the ghost accidentally knocked something over, and it flew straight at the stepmom, hitting her in the face. Both the boy and the ghost stood there, stunned. "Be careful. You could hurt someone throwing things like that," the stepmom scolded, completely unaware of the ghost's presence. The boy braced for a lecture, but instead, his stepmom just handed him his dinner and left. "She can't see me," the ghost muttered, apologizing sheepishly to the boy. Annoyed, he picked up a chair and threw it at her. The ghost yelped and apologized again, but refused to leave. "I'm not going anywhere until I scare you properly," she declared. All of a sudden, the boy let out a loud scream. "There, you saw my scared face. You can go now," he said dryly. "That doesn't count," the ghost replied, rolling her eyes. She asked about the woman, and the boy explained that she was his father's new wife, not his mother. Once he finished eating, he yawned and announced that he was going to bed. He told the ghost to leave him alone or he'd get really mad. The ghost protested. "Right now is the perfect time for ghosts. It is also the perfect time to sleep," he replied, lying down. As he settled in, the ghost started plotting. She made strange noises echo down the hallway, then the slow, heavy thud of footsteps creeping up the stairs. She edged closer, showing him her scariest face. The boy groaned, grabbing a pencil and jabbing it towards her eye. She screamed, and he went right back to sleep. Morning came, and the ghost appeared beside him, one eye missing. "How can you just sleep like that after stabbing me?" she cried. The boy shrugged. "I said sorry already. Besides, you look a little scarier now with one eye missing." She perked up at that. "You think so? I might keep this look for a while." As he got ready for school, he warned her not to follow him. "People might see you." "Relax. Nobody can see me during the day," she replied, hovering by his side. He rolled his eyes. "I can see you clear as day." The ghost studied him, curious. "You're a strange boy." The ghost then pointed toward the other ghost, who was stretching in a strange, contorted way. "Look at that. Isn't it creepy?" she asked, amused. The boy glanced over, losing his cool. I don't see anything, he said in fear. In the end, the boy let the ghost follow him around since no one else could see her. On the way to school, he asked for her name, and she introduced herself as Kanako-san. She told him that there was a girl who had jumped to her death after being bullied, but she wasn't sure if she even realized she had died. She mentioned that she often saw the girl jumping off the school roof again and again. Later, as the boy was daydreaming by the classroom window, he suddenly noticed a girl falling headfirst outside, but her body stretched impossibly long as she plummeted. He couldn't help but blurt out, "That's way too long." His teacher asked if something was outside, but he quickly brushed it off, saying there was nothing outside. During recess, as he played with his friends, he glanced and saw her ridiculously long body tangled up in a bush near the classroom. She kept popping up to scare him, but her elongated form made her more comical than frightening. To him, she was like a big sister with a quirky personality rather than a terrifying ghost. One evening, as he was about to take a bath, he noticed strands of long hair hanging from the tub. As he came closer to the bathtub, he found her lounging inside. Unfazed, he sprayed her with hot water from the shower hose. She yelped and quickly scrambled out. "You're so rude," she huffed. "I just wanted to take a bath." He rolled his eyes. Anyone would be angry if a ghost randomly took over their tub. He stepped into the bath, only to jump back immediately. The water was icy cold. She reappeared. "Maybe it's because of my cold body," she said. "Figures," he replied, as he left the bathtub, even with her ghostly presence lingering nearby. As the boy walked back to his room, he overheard his stepmom talking to his father. "Last time I went into his room, he threw a book at me. Maybe he really hates me. And lately he's been talking to thin air. It's kind of frightening," she said. His father replied, "Boys his age can feel confused sometimes. He's probably just going through a phase." The scene shifted, and the boy was lying in bed with a fever, checking his thermometer. The ghost floated nearby, watching him. "Are you sick?" she asked, concerned. The boy sighed, realizing this wasn't good. If he was too weak to get out of bed, the ghost could keep bothering him. But instead of causing trouble, she placed her cold hand on his forehead. The sudden chill shocked him, but it helped ease his fever. "Is this helping? Feel any better?" she asked. He nodded, feeling some relief. "Yeah, I feel a bit better now. But why'd I get sick all of a sudden?" She hesitated. "It might have been from the cold bath yesterday. Sorry about that." He raised an eyebrow. "Are you really a ghost? Do you remember having a family?" She looked away, thinking, "I don't remember much after I died. I just know I was hit by something like a road roller." The boy smiled, half joking. "I want to be a ghost, too. Looks like you're having a lot of fun." She replied, "It's not all fun and games. Ghosts have their own problems." Before she could say more, he drifted off to sleep. She decided not to disturb him and thought she'd put on a good show for him when he woke up. When night fell, the boy woke up feeling hungry. He sat up and, hearing his stomach growl, made his way downstairs to grab a snack from the fridge. As he walked down the stairs, he noticed something in the corner of his eye on the ceiling. He glanced up and froze. There was the ghost, transformed into a terrifying creature. Her body stretched out like a giant centipede with countless limbs gripping the ceiling. "Boo!" she shouted, her face inches from his. For the first time, the boy felt genuine fear. "Hey, do you think this is interesting? Do I look like a centipede?" she asked, grinning. But before she could say more, he stumbled back in shock, tumbling down the stairs and landing hard at the bottom. Dizzy and bleeding from his head, he looked up at her. The ghost realized she'd gone too far and rushed to his side. "Are you all right?" she asked, her voice filled with worry. He managed a weak smile. "You did it. That was actually really scary," he mumbled before slipping into unconsciousness. She hesitated, then said, "Thank you." But seeing him hurt like this wasn't what she wanted at all. Panic washed over her, and she screamed for help. In his parents' room, the stepmom woke to a loud banging on the window. She opened the curtains and gasped as she saw the ghost urging her to get up. Terrified, she rushed out of the room. When she reached the top of the stairs, she saw the boy lying unconscious at the bottom. She hurried to his side, gently shaking him awake and asking if he is okay. He opened his eyes, seeing a blurry image of her. "Mom," he whispered. She paused, tears welling up. "I'm sorry," she said, hugging him. "I always have no idea how to make myself your new mother. I'm so sorry." The ghost, seeing he finally had help, backed away quietly, deciding it was time to go. After that night, the boy never saw the ghost again. He often wondered if it was because of the head injury or if she left for good after scaring him good. Yet, he found himself feeling a bit lonely without her presence. One morning, as he prepared for school, his stepmom reminded him to be careful. Curious, he asked his dad about his real mother. What was she like? His dad smiled. She was always joyful. Everyone loved her smile. If she were still here, she'd be so proud of you. But after you were born, she passed away. A terrible accident. She was killed by a big road roller. The boy's heart stopped as he connected the dots. No way, how could that be? He thought, realizing the ghost might have been his real mother all along. In the final scene, after leaving his house, his ghostly mom can be seen staring into the windows of the neighbor's home right beside his. Hi, Manhwa here. I went into this expecting to read a horror manga, but instead, it turned out to be a comedy. The plot twist was quite unexpected and made the story feel more complete and wholesome, especially regarding the stepmom aspect. This made my day, and I hope it brightens yours too. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I'll be uploading weekly, so stay tuned. Your support means a lot, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.